Hello everyone, welcome to the very first episode of the Fighters Tryout series with me, your host, Blue Noise ZZ here. And the very first game we're going to be playing for the Fighters Tryout series is none other than the rising and very well developed game, the Super Smash Flash 2, made by the Smash devs over at McLeodGaming.com. This is a Smash Flash series. This is a Flash game that has been in the works for years now. It's come a long way, and it's gone through a heavy development. It went from just being a melee type game to taking a huge step into the actual brawl slash melee world. Originally, it started off as a melee inspired Flash way back when in the earlier years, but then it went on into development as Super Smash Flash 2. It went through a heavy customization. It got rid of all those crazy characters back in the original. New characters were added into the game, and it went through a huge chunk of development just to make the game completely complete, original, and fun to play. Of course, the version that's being shown right now is version 0.9. And I have to say, the developers worked hard on this version. As you can already tell, there are very noticeable updates that you can see that being improved from the previous version. Here, one of them is Sonic the Hedgehog that you see on plans right now. Sonic the Hedgehog, he's got some major buffs, but his downward charge spin attack is so high prioritized. It's just ridiculous. But other than that, let me get back straight to the point. There have been a lot of new things that have been added to this system. There's a new knockback system. There are new characters, as you can see, that's been added into the game. There are new modes, a lot of character changes. New stages as well has been added to the game. I've seen the chunk of stages that's been added. They fixed all the hazards. They fixed all glitches from the previous version, and they made a ton of improvements to this game. It feels so good when I play. When I'm playing as these characters, I have full control of them. They're not sliding. They're not there's just no kind of like there's nothing I can't do that I can't control with these characters, and I love the way how they feel. So far, the characters I've already used were Sonic, Goku, and Meta Knight, I forgot who. Yeah, and Sora as well. Those are the characters I used so far. I am going to test out Captain Falcon and the other main characters, but I just wanted to test out my favorite characters that I've used in the past, because these are actually some of my favorites. There are actually some characters in the game though that kind of feels kind of awkward using, but what I mean by that is here's an example: Meta Knight. It kind of feels awkward to have him in a sprite-based form playing in his brawl style combat. But the only thing I'm trying to get used to Meta Knight is his low defense, because he can easily be knocked out of the arena. You can easily just have his damage scale at like 93% or above, or a little. Let's say that just at like 93, maybe just at 93%, and a simple knockout move can knock him out easily. But I like what they did with Sonic. He's not as easy to knock out of the arena like he was in the previous versions. What I also like about Sonic in this one is that they actually changed up his moveset a little bit. They fixed up some of his moves to make him a lot stronger, other than his brawl kind of version of himself. So I can see the heavy improvements that they did on Sonic. Goku still kind of feels kind of the same from version 0.8. I did see some little improvements on him. His speed has gotten a lot better. His movesets are a lot better than the previous version, because the previous version with Goku, he was just so damn overpowering. And even before that, when Goku was actually initially a launch back, I think it was in well, look at that, using the assist jar, using the Super Monkey Ball thing. But anyways, back then when Goku was initially released, his Spirit Bomb was just so overly just almost impossible to get around with. It was just so overpowering. And honestly, Goku still kind of feels overpowering, but I can see in this version that they try to tone Goku a little bit down, a little bit more down to earth, because Goku was powerful on his initial release as well as he was back in Point 8. Because in Point 8, you can play as Goku and just about beat the entire roster without trying, because all of his moves were meant to take on the entire roster with no disappointment. That's how powerful Goku was. Another character that I used, let me see, Sora. I see some dramatic improvements with Sora. I think I haven't really noticed it yet, or I haven't actually done this move yet. But I think they took away the ability for him to fly or the glide maneuver. And here comes, well, that's a glitch. Look at that glitch. Yeah, that's a bug. But yeah, that's a little glitch. I hope the developers will see that. But but with who was I talking about just now? Sora, yes, Sora. Holy crap! Wow, that was a mean attack right there. But with Sora, he back in his initial release, he wasn't as overpowering. I think they tried to balance him off on the start, so they make him pretty much well adjusted and well around to be as a playable character. Sora had a huge defense in his initial release. He had pretty much attacks that were pretty much meant for his uttermost defense, because Sora, he is kind of easy to knock out. Sora can easily be knocked out just as Meta Knight is able to, as he is right now. But to make up for that, Sora does have some major defense-based attacks that will keep him in the ring long enough. As I was saying before about his glide, I think they took it out. As you can see in this video that I'm trying to when I'm trying to attempt to use him in this. But with Sora, they're trying. I think what they did was they try to make him less hovery, kind of floaty. Because when I was playing as Sora, I couldn't really glide. I didn't know which button sets were there. I have to actually check it out. He might be able to glide. I just haven't really noticed it, or I haven't actually tried to do it. But with Sora, they made him less floaty. He's not as floaty as he was on his initial release or in the original, in the previous update as well. Because Sora was really floaty. He would just jump in the air and be in the air for a good minute. But I like what they did with Sora. They actually made him less floaty and made him more tolerant. So you can actually use them, and of course there's a down button, so if you don't want to float, you can just press the down button, you immediately come back down to earth, of course. But I can see that they actually increased his speed of his normal attacks rather than specials, because his normal attacks back then were kind of medium to slow, but I can see that they actually increased his speed. Another thing I also noticed about Sora is when he throws his Keyblade, it immediately returns and he can immediately attack right afterwards. And I think the development team, if they actually worked on that, thank you for actually fixing that, because throwing the Keyblade back in the day, when he was initially released, he would just throw the Keyblade and it would take him so long to recover. But I like how they did in this one, that they actually fixed that. So right when you throw it, initially you'll be ready to attack your opponent. So you have to worry about waiting for this super long ass recovery with Sora. Another thing I also noticed about this update is the overall improvement on the AI. My God, I was so happy with the improvement on the AI, because I know the development team has come a long way, but my God, back in the day, the AI in the game would not attack you for shit. They would just stand there. They would do a series of attacks, but then they would just literally just sit there and do nothing for a good minute or so, unless you're like running towards them, and then they'll feel like, oh, I'm this hostile figure coming at me. But what I like about the major overhaul that they did with this game is the actual update towards the AI. Because that's what makes this game so good when you're playing alone as well. It's the AI. The AI is also very important when it comes to a game such as Super Smash Bros. I love how the AI actually attacks you now. Because back in previous updates, for example, with the Smash Ball, the Smash Ball is a prime example. Whenever you attack, oh, by the way, it's just me trying to use Meta Knight, by the way. Back during the events of the Smash Ball, when you're using it, your opponents would not attack you at all. They would just run away from you and commit suicide. and it was just like that. Like, I see a threat. I don't want you to have these points, so I'm gonna troll you and not let you have all these illustrious and beautiful uh, points, so you can't score. This is the perfect example, by the way, of Meta Knight not being able to stay in the ring as long as you think he would in this update. But as I was saying before, with the updates, the AI is dealing with the Smash Ball. They would not attack you at all. They would literally just run to the edge of the screen. They may attack you if they get lucky, but immediately most of them will jump off the edge, or they will literally just commit suicide, or they would not bother attacking you. They would try to stay far away from you as possible. And it wasn't really much of a gripe for me. It just made me wonder, why would they do that? Why would the AI literally just try not to attack me? I understand that I got the Smash Ball, but that doesn't mean I'm invincible. That doesn't really mean I'm invincible, because there was a lot of characters, including Supersonic, who could still take damage even though using the Smash Ball. But another example for the Smash Ball is when was Goku using the Spirit Bomb. My good lord, Goku could literally get instant kills with the Spirit Bomb, which is honestly, oh my god, that was sad. I don't know what I was doing there, but with Goku, he could literally just take out all of his opponents easily with the Spirit Bomb without even trying. The Spirit Bomb literally just eats up the entire screen, and there's almost literally no escape at all. Like, if you're on the platform and you see the Spirit Bomb coming, you might as well either figure out how to find a good way to dodge it, or just jump off the cliff, because it's hard to dodge. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can jump over it, but with Goku having the ability to pretty much launch a Spirit Bomb at any degree, at any angle, at any time, whenever he wants, it's almost literally impossible for you to dodge it, because if I'm correct, you can actually aim the Spirit Bomb at any of your opponents by pressing it in any direction. I've done it so many times myself. You can actually aim the Spirit Bomb at anyone and throw it in any direction as you please. But Goku with the Spirit Bomb, it's just ridiculous. Another thing that made Goku completely ridiculous was the Kamehameha wave. The Kamehameha wave, in one of the videos upcoming next, it showed Goku. It actually shows Goku of how overpowering he still is in a sense. The Kamehameha wave had a huge buff. It can really push all of your opponents out of their ring. It's not really on the level of Smash Ball, but it's powerful enough to pretty much knock your opponents off the screen, and just gives you an instant win every time. All you have to do is pretty much charge it up to its maximum level, and there's an almost possible point of you getting an instant kill. It's insane, really. It is. Another character I actually kind of like is Bomberman. Him having the ability to pretty much set up traps. I love Bomberman in this. I like how the developers kind of made him like a trap character, where all you gotta do is set your bombs up and he'll just come up, ignite it, and if you fall prey to his traps, you're pretty much screwed. That's what I like about Bomberman. Him and Mega Man will make a great team, and there goes Bomberman taking the win. Bomberman, he's really good. I like what they did with him, and for him being a trap-based character, it's really awesome. I think it was a good idea by the development team to make him how he is. Vice versus how Mega Man, he's pretty much both an attack and defense character, so it pretty much evened out the odds between those two characters. But that's all the updates that I have with episode 1 of the Fighters Tryouts. In this episode, it's pretty much the introduction to Fighters Tryouts, just to let you know what's going to be on the series. In this series, I'm going to be playing multiple games. It's not just Smash Blast that I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be playing games like Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 4, or Marvel vs. Capcom, different games. And what the Fighters Tryouts is pretty much just to see where I stand out in fighting games, and if I can actually get into competitions such as tournaments and so forth and so forth. So, I'm not aiming to be the ultimate best. I'm aiming to be great at the game, so I can stand up with the competition. But that's my only goal, is to actually be up there with the competition, so I can stand out with everyone else. But there are other games I'm going to be playing for the Fighters Tryout series. I will be playing classics as well for it, so be on the lookout for it. But this was episode 1 for the introduction of the Fighters Tryout series, and to give you a good glimpse of Super Smash Bros. 2 version .9. And that's all. My name is Blue Noise. That's it for the gaming session. Peace out, over and out.